All right, I'm going to go over the 17th of the 25 cognitive biases listed in Charlie Munger's book. This is the stress influence tendency. And it's just the way that stressful situations can get rid of all your resolve, all your cognitive abilities, basically. Like, it can actually make you do a full 180 on your beliefs. Like, if something's traumatic enough, it's almost like a reset button. Like, you may have saw this in the book 1984. Basically, at the end, when he tortures him, it's such a stressful, painful situation that he embraces all the beliefs that he once thought were stupid, and he loses his love for the woman that he was with in the book. Everything just changes because it's too much stress. It's too much to deal with. And you've probably heard of the scientist Pavel, who did the experiment with the dogs, where it ended up they would associate the sound of the bell with getting food, and after doing the experiment long enough, he could just ring the bell and they'd start salivating. Well, what a lot of people haven't heard of is there was a flood, and like a big something or another, for some reason a whole bunch of water came, and it went so that the dogs in the cages barely had enough room to get their nose up and breathe. It was a very traumatic, stressful situation. And he noticed that all the dogs were different after that. And so he started studying stress. It was a very unethical test. It's one we're never going to repeat, but luckily he was a scientist and he wrote down all the data so these dogs didn't suffer in vain. There's knowledge from it that we'll have forever, and we'll never have to repeat such a cruel experiment. But he would just, whatever he'd do, he'd put these dogs under extreme stress, and he would find that if he stressed the dog out bad enough to break it, basically, like make it have a breakdown, that everything you programmed in it would go away, and it would almost be the opposite. Like, a dog that used to like him a lot would hate him a lot, and a dog that hated him a lot would like him a lot, and it was just weird. So extreme stress it messes with cognitive abilities, it messes with resolve, it makes you more susceptible to all these biases that I've listed. Like, if you're in a super stressful state, like, all these other biases will be stronger and you'll have less objectivity. So I guess the lesson to learn from all this is to try to keep your life as stress-free as you possibly can. Try to find ways to laugh at life, to detach from things that destroy you, and just try to make good choices where you don't have to deal with stress as much. And when you find yourself super stressed or in a very stressful situation, try to keep as clear of a head as possible, to be aware that your cognitive functions are weaker and more susceptible to not being in 100% alignment with reality, more susceptible to falling prey to all these biases I've been doing videos on. And hopefully that will keep this specific bias from getting you in trouble.